Oh gosh. Okay. This is me. Week 11, Olympian Mom. Hi. This is week 12 of the pregnancy desktop. And my name's Donna. This is the week by week documentation of my pregnancy. And we're at week 12 today. The format is inspired by Jason Concepcion's NBA desktop, which you can see at the Ringer. So, what did the literalist say to? Sorry, I know I'm already. What did the literalist say when she saw a pregnant woman?
You look pregnant.
You're kidding. All right, that's the first part. So, this week, so week 12, in terms of size, I learned that the baby can be the size of a lot of different things. The size of an apricot, according to Healthline. The size of a what is this? A plum? One kind of plum.
It's not a. It's a lime.
Is it?
Well, it looks like a lime.
It does look like a lime, actually. I think maybe they missed out between the picture and the text because here it says plum, but definitely looks like a lime. This one is a plum for sure. Lime plum. And then also a mushroom, which we found an interesting decision to compare it to a mushroom, given that mushrooms can be really, really big. To wit, this is a mushroom also, and this is the size of, I think, 440 ton mushroom, the little piece of it. So, yeah, kind of interesting to contemplate that inside you. Oh, by comparison, I think these are smaller. So what's inside me could be the size of a plum and apricot, a plum lime, a mushroom. Oh, that's not the right picture. Anyway, picture a whale, a blue, really big whale. There's also some helpful mini models of the size, which come in various forms. Here's another one that's a little more disturbing, but upon closer inspection, this is a doll, obviously, but a model made, interestingly, by someone who is, I guess, using it as pro-life propaganda. There's also this I found really nice. I like to see things in cross-section to see, where they're actually at, like size compared to me. And here's twins in particular because we're having twins. And so this goes week by week, the baby center. You can kind of see how they're all squished in there. And yeah, next week, all of this fruit is hypothetical, and next week we'll have already gone to our first NT ultrasound. And so maybe we can get some pictures to show actually what they look like. TBD. This week, so I had kind of held on to week 12 as like maybe the end or reduction of the nausea. And so it wasn't to be. Now I've heard that week 14 might be the magical end, but possibly also never. And in investigating, there's this really good article by the New York Times just looking at what the research shows, like why do women experience this kind of awful feeling, and why does it inflict some and not others, and to different degrees. And it is surprising to me that we know so little about all of this, and it seems like their best guess. There's lots of hypotheses. They think it only occurs in humans, and they think that it might be partly linked to a protein called GDF15. And if you're lucky enough to have twins where there's 2 placentas, you get double the dose. Yay. All right. So I don't know when nausea ends, but I'll keep you posted. One thing we're doing this week is reading a really great book. And it's not ostensibly a pregnancy book, but I would recommend it for people to read during pregnancy as a prep. And it's Michael Lewis's Home Game. So my partner and I fall asleep giggling to this week, reading it. I love the picture on the cover. And So that's something we're doing right now, and I think it should be considered like a to-do on someone's to-do list to get a sense of what's coming. Other practical stuff for week 12 is we've been looking into all the screenings and tests and what order they have to be done in, and we found this kind of confusing even when you're organized and keep spreadsheets. So one really useful chart that we found, this is for if you have a single pregnancy, there's this kind of nice flow chart, and it breaks it down by when your first visit is. So for example, if I move over to the left, you can see if you go to the hospital when you're fewer than 13 weeks, so that would be our case, and depending on your age and risk factor, then it helps you see which screening. So NT, for example, is the one that we're going to be doing. And also this like full spectrum blood tests. So there's, not everyone's path will be the same. And we kind of found this chart really helpful. They even have a separate chart for twins, which in our case was the chart we followed. Oops, sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling around. But you get the idea. So it's helpful to make one of these charts even loosely for your own case, I found, so you don't miss anything. The other thing that happens in week 12 is, for us anyway, this is around the time when we're going to announce to people. And in preparation, we've been looking around at what other people chose to do. And so part of our decision, so here's an example of someone on Instagram choosing one approach. We found like a lot of people have the same idea, so this one was a little bit different. I'll show you another one that was a little bit different, that combined like math equations with Barbie dolls. Anyway, so we also checked out YouTube because there's a lot of videos on YouTube and even supercuts of people announcing. And we came across this one piece of this one cut where the mom is announcing to two young kids that they're having a third, and it's really funny.
What's it say? What's it say? Twins. Two babies.
Tell your sister. I don't think she understands.
We're having either brother and sister or just both.
Okay, here's the best part.
Mommy has two babies in her tummy.
Two babies.
Two babies. You excited?
Can I eat one?
Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah. That has to be the best reaction. I don't think that'll be the reaction we get in our case when we announce, but definitely we'll try to capture some of that on video and maybe see if we can share it online. I think we're going to go with something like a mug that changes color for my parents and to be determined for Daniel's parents. So if you're watching this and you know us and we haven't yet announced, don't spill the beans. And also, we've decided to kind of stagger our surprises. So we're only going to announce that we're expecting, not that we're expecting twins. We'll kind of save that for later. So if you're watching this and you find out it's twins before we actually reveal the surprise, please keep it hush. So non-practical stuff this week. There's a lot of practical stuff to do, but non-practical stuff I think is coming up with a better week-by-week chart. Just because, as we showed in the front end, there's all these fruit charts, but I find like, I don't know, there's a lot to be desired. We could come up with something, I don't know, less, I'm leaving it open-ended.
How they turn into a cucumber.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and the cucumber actually on this looks a little misshapen, but anyway. Yeah, so that's it. That's wrapping up this week, and see you next time.